Hello, fellow humans. My name is Ed,
And my name is Ben, and this is Brown Bear Radio.
the podcast that helps you feel more at homo. We're here to communicate, titillate, and educate,
Because community doesn't happen.
unless you make it. Hi, Ben.
Hey, Ed,
How's it going?
it's going well. It's muggy and humid here in Brisbane with storms brewing, but we will get through it.
Excellent. I heard that your house transformer once caught fire in a storm, so hopefully that doesn't happen again.
All of the things are crossed, Edward. All of the things are crossed.
All right. Good luck, Brisbane. Things are certainly warm over here in Perth, visiting my brother's place. I've got my nephew's birthday today. He's absolutely adorable, turning 4. It's a great, great pleasure. I'm well. Thanks for asking. Today's episode is all about overthinking. How do you feel about it? Are you overthinking the fact that you just didn't really think me about that and I said a thing?
Yes, I am. I just wildly just dropped into a panic of, wait, did I not? Did I just forget to do that?
Didn't I? What's he thinking? What does it mean?
Oh my gosh. Now, Ed, you clearly now hate me and we will never do another podcast ever again.
Yes.
That's what's going through my mind right now.
Wow.
So,
You don't
yes,
overthink.
no.
That's just rational, direct, correct thinking.
I know, right? See? Thank you. Ben just doesn't overthink at all. No, it is something I do on a regular basis. If it was an Olympic sport, I'm there on the podium, probably getting the gold medal for overthinking. I
Oof.
will overthink everything random from like a like on a post or if someone said something to me or I'm trying to assume what they're thinking or how they've responded, all of the above.
Oh, excellent. That's really exciting because that suggests it's going to be a bit of a doozy of an episode, right? You've got a lot of personal experience, direct experience. I'm looking forward to quizzing you about that and getting into it.
Wonderful. So, Ed, what about you though? How do you feel about this topic?
Okay. Well, for me personally, yes, I do engage in a bit of the old overthinking. In the past, I have had anxiety, I have had panic attacks, both of which I do believe are a direct result of overthinking, mostly sort of non-conscious overthinking. And if that doesn't make sense, I'm no psychiatrist, but think about like dreaming. Do you ever have really busy work dreams where you sort of overdream and you wake up tired?
Oh, 100% yes.
Right. So I think that both that and in the background during the day, we can be sort of on like a high tempo, overthinking in the background and overthinking in the foreground. I think I have in the past, right, I've had a wider set of personal insecurities that I was more worried about. And that's a great thing that causes overthinking. But these days, after doing so much work, I really can let a lot more things go a lot more easily. I notice overthinking, I let it go. I notice when it's wasting my time and energy, I try to shift into something else. If anything, today I overthink about work for sure. I love thinking about work and making better campaigns, getting in touch with more people, doing better work for my clients, helping the community be more fun on Brown Bear Skool. Where should I position, a gay man in the illustrated storybook? I think about that all the time. But I don't know if it's overthinking because when it feels like too much, I just turn it down again. In terms of coaching, I guess it's like mirrored. I love helping people with overthinking because of the one, lived experience. 2, I think overthinking is really one of the greatest sources of our personal unnecessary suffering. Worrying about things that don't exist overly, doomcasting and predicting the future negatively, overthinking I'll be forever alone. That's another one, personal experience. Like it really brings you down. So I love helping people with overthinking because even when their life is perfectly okay on paper and perfectly okay in sort of what you might call neutral reality, if you are a person that is prone to overthinking and you don't know how to do anything about it, you can live in an absolute nightmare. Humans engage with our perception of reality more than we engage with just reality. And the overthinking is like the meaning making, the believing, the internal chatter and talk that can often be so very negatively skewed. And I'm here to change the world one gay at a time. So I absolutely love this topic. I think generally not a lot of people talk about it. It's not a sexy topic, but God damn, I'm going to make it sexy. Hope that was sexy. Yeah,
Definitely.
I want us to have fun. It's a real thing. Lots of people go through it. I hope this episode's a blast and really practically useful to people as well as being fun and humanizing. So Let's fucking go.
Let's do this.
Where are we? I've lost my place. Oh, good. It's my turn to talk about ads. Hello, everybody. Have you ever overthought and had a bad time in your life? Well, Brown Bear Coaching can solve all problems at all times perfectly, 100%. Money back guarantee. No. No.
Don't offer that. Don't offer that.
I officially redact that quote unquote ad. My name's Edward Wilson, and Brown Bear Radio is, of course, brought to you by me and Brown Bear Coaching, Brown Bear Skool. It is an absolute privilege and pleasure to run a business that helps gay plus, so gay, bi, queer, LGBTQI, male people. So probably not L, but, there's always that kind of interesting person out there. Overcome things like overthinking, find confidence, direction, self-love, self-acceptance, self-connection. So that by healing and working on those things at the same time, it may, blossom out into, I think of a tree. If you go down into the trunk and the base of a tree and you deal with the problem there, it may propagate out to the branches and the smaller twigs and the leaves and fix all the millions of little things that you don't like in your life by addressing the big core issues. If you feel like now's your time or you're interested, you can always drop by Brown Bear Skool. That's Skool with a K, not a ch. You can Google Brown Bear Coaching, you'll find me, but Instagram is my favorite place to post content. So you can find me on Instagram. And Ben is with us at Brown Bear Skool as well. So yeah, thank you. Brown Bear Coaching, Brown Bear Skool. Yeah. So let's get personal. Oh, we're getting into it real quick this week. On the topic of overthinking, Ben, I was wondering if you would like to explore when, how, and why overthinking is or has been a problem for you.
Well, I must admit, overthinking and how you just described it, and like on paper, your life can appear to be perfect, but you're just trapped in this own personal nightmare, is kind of what led me to you, Ed, at Brown Bear Coaching. Because I know our dear listeners may not know, but I have worked with Ed previously. And overthinking was one of the things that we actually worked on quite a bit in our sessions together. And on paper, I grew up with a very loving family. I had, parents that were together, that were accepting. I, finished school, finished university, went and got a job. I am successful in my career. I've ticked all of those quote unquote big life boxes. So, in my head, I've gone, there's no reason why I should be sad and upset about things in my life, because on paper, my life is good. But then there's that creeping feeling of loneliness, that overthinking of, I'm not good enough. If I want a partner, I need to do this, or, I could be doing better in this job. I could be doing better in this aspect of my life. That does start to happen and sink in. And it's definitely been something I've probably gone through most of my life, but probably only once I hit my late teenage years did I become really cognizant of the fact that I was overthinking. And then I didn't have the tools to try and stop that spiral. And then, it would end up being that, I would go on these spiraling thought patterns that would then, just make me just trapped in that nightmare that you so phrased so well before. So I guess the when and how and the why is, it's just a little bit, it's been always there for the when. Okay. The how is just you're trapped in that constant cyclical thought of that negative and that doom prophecy of the, trying to figure out what's going to happen in the future, and the forever alone, and the, all of that kind of stuff that we think, or I'm not good enough, or if I just did this or I changed that, it will be better. And then that overthinking, it takes so much energy. And before I was out the overthinking and living in a small country town and not being out to family, and that self-editing and making sure that you were trying to not glance or look or linger a look too long in case someone thought something about you that they were watching you, or the energy that would go into that, and was incredibly draining. And it meant that there was very little left over for Ben and even for the other people in Ben's life, essentially.
Lovely. Anything else you want to share in like a general context? I have a lot of follow-up questions.
Oh, great. I hope you've written them down.
I have.
So, um, no, I think that's probably it in terms of the when, the how, and the why for the
Yeah.
overthinking.
Thank you for sharing. Ben, you're such a lovely co-host. Have I told you that?
No, but thank you. I'll take it.
You're doing a great job. Thank you so much for being here. Firstly, do you find that your overthinking primarily goes towards your insecurities? Like you don't overthink about SpongeBob SquarePants, do you?
Oh, no. SpongeBob takes up minimal of my thinking. I do overthink a little bit of the Scooby-Doo and how they probably shouldn't have let teenagers drive a car. But other than that,
Yeah.
no, in terms of overthinking, it is definitely my insecurities or what I feel I'm lacking. And I guess, again, I'm much like you. I'm not a psychologist. I don't work in that field in any way, shape, or form. But we've all done it where we do the internet readings, we do the Instagram scroll, we do the TikTok scroll, and it's very much like, I identify strongly with imposter syndrome, or I identify really closely with this type of neurosparkliness. And I definitely think there are elements for me where the imposter syndrome element I relate to very strongly, and very much my perceived inadequacies.
And you think about that a lot.
Oh, yes. When the overthinking spiral happens, that is what is the main focus of it.
You know, I didn't know you were still struggling with imposter syndrome. I would love to talk to you about it, but just wondering, it's not the topic of today's. It's not today's topic. Maybe next week.
We can put a pin. We can put a pin in it, and we can make it another topic. Because honestly, I think it's probably a topic that a lot of people that we encounter and you know that you may work with probably struggle with as a thing.
Oh, definitely. Because I think it comes down to ultimately to worthiness. And worthiness has this relationship to shame and self-rejection. But if you don't feel worthy of your current position, you're going to have imposter syndrome. And I actually do have a quick, two-word fix, if you will, because I don't think the issue is not the fact that you're experiencing the symptoms of imposter syndrome. The problem is that you feel that you don't fit, you're not adequate, and that it can't be right or it's not going to go well. Here's my fix. Do you want to hear it?
I would love to hear it.
Don't lie. Do you want the longer version?
Yes.
Don't lie about anything. Don't lie about what you're capable of, what you've done in the past, what you think you can do, what is likely to occur. Just be straight up with everyone. And if your peers say, we think you can do this, we think you have all the skills and capacity required, and we look forward to seeing what you can do in this new role at work, and presuming that's an elevation, right? Or a sidestep into a new area. If you feel like an imposter because maybe your worthiness is getting questioned, my fix to you is just don't lie. Say, I am nervous. I'm not sure. I'm going to try, or I don't want this role, and then don't accept it. But if you have accepted the role or you want to try and battle imposter syndrome while going through the experience and doing the role, just don't lie about anything. And you may discover that you don't feel like an imposter. You just feel like you. You might feel nervous. You might feel out of your depth, but that doesn't mean that that's not normal and something that can be worked through, and that you can succeed in ultimately feeling worthy and capable in this new role. Just because you were shaken for a little bit is not a big deal. But if ultimately your worthiness, sorry, I paused for too long and invited you to talk. But you know what, Ben? I don't want you to talk. I love my own voice. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'll just finish off.
Too, Ed. It's fine.
Thank you. I baited you. My apologies. God, now I've probably forgotten what I was going to say. I have. But suffice to say, just do your best the best way you know how, and you'll either make it or you won't, and both are okay in advance.
I love that. I'm definitely going to write that down. I actually have a lot of affirmations and things written on my bathroom mirror as prompts for me. And one of them is trying to stop that overthinking pattern. And I'm going to write that don't lie. That's making it to the bathroom mirror there, Ed.
Nice. Just be yourself. Just represent yourself and be yourself. And you may quickly discover if actually the thing that you're being tickled in is your sense of worthiness and deserving of a high-powered role, an important position, lots of money, the safety and well-being of children, for example. You might feel unworthy or not right because of shame and self-rejection. or you just don't consider yourself qualified, or actually that you're a fit with the role description. But if you just don't lie, you'll either make it or you won't, and both are okay. People fail, quote unquote, fail all the time. It's okay. All we have to do is our best, and you can rest easy at night knowing I tried. They gave me a role I wasn't ready for. I couldn't do it. This is okay. What do I want to do next? And that's like your worst case scenario. So then you don't have to overthink the worst case scenario, which is another one of my questions. Do you do a lot of what ifs?
What if, I think, is probably my second favorite question. My favorite question is obviously what's for dinner. But
Me too.
I know. But what if is that?
And what
that
are you
what if
wearing?
question.
What are you wearing?
Oh, yes. Oh my God. Yes. Because it's when it's said by your mother in that tone of voice of, what are you wearing? Like that causes overthinking, because like, I thought I was looking my best life. This is amazing. I'm looking hot. This is great. Oh,
Mother,
okay. Clearly.
Mother, no.
Mother knows best, apparently.
How could you do this to me, Mother? In front of my friends.
Love that. You're supposed to love this. But no, definitely it's,
What ifs?
That what if takes up a lot of the mental bandwidth of when the overthinking occurs.
Mm-hmm. Follow-up question to the what ifs question. Do you find yourself like yearning for control, seeking control? You're like, if I think about everything, I will know all of the problems to avoid, and therefore things are more likely to go well.
100%. So like, I'm an avid traveler. I love travel. But before I travel, I will overthink every possible negative scenario that could happen. And I then have a contingency plan of A, B, and C to potentially mitigate that if it were to occur. Like, what if it was to occur? And that, again, is trying to just control that, that feeling of anxiety around, doing something new, doing something different. And I think there's a fine line. And I mean, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, between, being prepared and overthinking, acknowledging that there are things that could go wrong and having a plan, but then at what point does it then flip into I'm overthinking and I'm wasting time and energy and the bandwidth on this perceived, not real, hasn't actually happened yet, might not actually happen, problem.
Yeah. Well, straight away, like obviously when it's not too much thinking, there's another word for that. We just call it thinking, not overthinking. So definitely do thinking. I think that's a great idea. Do some planning,
Excellent.
Think sensibly. I guess the definition for overthinking is thinking that has become redundant, which is to say unnecessary or too much, like has no relevance, has no use. And you're doing it when it's draining your energy and turning your mood sour, and it's preoccupying you when you'd rather be being silly, fun, creative, thoughtful, or thinking seriously about serious things.
Yeah.
That's all my follow-up questions.
Brilliant. Well, what about you, Ed? I would love to hear about, because like obviously working with you, I've worked with you in terms of the overthinking and anxiety and stuff like that. But, how about you? Like some of those same questions for you. When, how, and why has overthinking, been that problem for you?
Yeah, big time. Okay. So the worst overthinking I ever did in my life was, I made the A Gay Man illustrated book, right? And it was fabulous, if I do say so myself. We sold over 500 copies.
I love it.
Yes, you do. We did a great Kickstarter. I worked with 32 different artists to make a beautiful book. If you haven't seen it yet, it's available for free in Brown Bear School. So that's one reason to join us. If for some reason you absolutely can't join us, just DM me on Instagram. Say, hey, Ed, do it right now. Grab your phone, join me, follow us on Instagram and say, hey, Ed, I want a copy of A Gay Man. I'll send you a direct link to the PDF download because the book is intended to change the world one gay at a time. If you love it, you can pay $19 Australian, so like $14 US, maybe less. On the donations page if you wish. It's fully a digital product now. I only print them for my new clients. Like you, Ben. When that happened, right, not long after, I made this sweet, it was actually easily my highest performance ad. I turned a post into a boosted post so that more people would see it. And it was me holding up my beautiful book in like my pantheon of my favorite sort of gay Japanese manga, and some of it is porn in the background of my photo in my bookshelf, my home personal library. And I'm super proud to have like contributed something to that world. I love it. Like if anyone ever grew up searching for like bara manga or like the beefy guys in anime, I love that world and it was special to me. So I chose Joji as the front cover artist and the hunky dude on the cover. And it was a lovely photo. It turns out I'm a bloody idiot because someone who maybe I will meet up with them one day and have a reckoning or an apology or a heart-to-heart or something. But some person with green hair said, that book in the background is about rape. Like you're condoning rape, and reported me. And
oh no.
Yeah. I got banned and both of my businesses went down for 8 months. And I could not talk to Facebook at all. Well, not quite at all. I could talk to their outer ring of support people that had no power to influence the decision or talk to anyone. That I was granted zero access to anyone with any kind of decision-making power. Ultimately, I approached the Australian Small Business Ombudsman, and they approached Facebook on my behalf. And behind closed doors, I didn't know anything about it. Ultimately, they said, okay, we understand that Ed wants to apologize. Because I did. I sent multiple emails. I tried to contact them in so many different ways to say, hey, actually, turns out I was absolutely wrong. This is a pornographic book. I've made a big mistake. I'm very, very sorry.
Yeah.
When you did send that one email that said, please explain, I didn't even know what post it was about. I didn't even know what the infringement was suggested to be. I received that email at 1 a.m. I didn't look more deeply into it. When you run a Facebook business or like when you do paid ads and stuff, it's sort of public information in the Facebook ad library, the meta ad library. So you get spammed with a lot of emails saying like, you've infringed, you're going to get banned. You need to tell us this. And Facebook sent something similar. So I didn't take it very seriously. And also it was 1 a.m. and I was beyond tired from running the Kickstarter and everything. And yeah, they're like wrong. And so I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want to infringe any rules. I don't think I have. Please clarify. And they go, that's not good enough, banned. And then refuse to talk. Basically, in effect, they refuse to talk to me. So lost both my businesses, and you can imagine what losing your income for that long does, not even knowing when it may or would come back. And I was scrambling to fix it, going to other platforms, trying to resurrect my business. Meanwhile, me and Alex had been in our highest rental ever in the middle of Melbourne. We were living our quote unquote city best lives, having that full city experience. But it was thousands and thousands of dollars a month we were going down. And I had a large income from both my coaching and the successful Kickstarter. And then the tax bill came due for that the following year when I still hadn't even got my ability to advertise back. So I can't even run a sustainable business. And this led to just burnout / breakdown. And it was really, really, really painful. And all of it was overthinking. Because me, my thoughts, my brain, my mind, my nervous system were completely on this is not okay, this can't happen, this cannot go on longer, I don't feel okay, this isn't okay, why is it like this, it's not fair, the universe needs to change, it's not my fault. Those sorts of questions would spiral and spiral and spiral. And eventually my inner self had just had enough. And I had this experience where I thought I was dying and it felt like my kidneys or my organs or something was shutting down. I've heard a theory that your like adrenal glands in your back can like fire when you have a panic attack or whatever. And I thought I was dying. So I crawled my way to try and get a taxi to get to the hospital. The taxi refused me, but the guy behind is like, are you all right? And I was like, I need the hospital. He took me. They're like, nothing's wrong with you. Could this be panic? And I was like, panic? What is that? And yeah, it took like 2 years to get back to where I am now, which is 99.9% quote unquote normal. I don't think I'll ever be normal, but I don't have panic anymore. I can tell you that. I barely have anxiety anymore, which is lovely as well. But they go together, and it was awful. I got health anxiety, so I started thinking that my organs were shutting down. There's something wrong with my heart. I'd done something wrong, and so something must be wrong. And so every like sensation in my chest, I was like, oh, I'm dying, fuck. And I'd wake up in the middle of the night, have panic attacks. If anybody out there is relating to this right now, panic is very quickly and immediately addressable, and anxiety can be too. It just takes that bit longer for all the symptoms to finally relax and go away. But a mixture of dealing with your overthinking and taking great care of yourself and your nervous system by actually fixing the problem is a great idea. Don't just tell yourself it's okay, like actually fix the problem. If you're being terrorized by somebody, fix that problem. If you are out of money and your businesses can't function, fix that problem. So take care of yourself, do something about your mentals and like how you think and mindfulness. That helps, but it doesn't cure it. Fix the problem so that your nervous system believes you when you say, I'm all right, things are okay, I'm going to be okay. There's a likely chance that things are going to be okay. This is enough safety. This is enough connection. This is enough. I am enough. Everything's enough. We're okay. Breathe one day at a time. And then you get back to normal. So goddamn, have I had an overthinking experience? Yes, I absolutely have. And it was
certainly have.
Dude, it was enormous. It was really hard. And I'm going to be me. Going to boast about myself and blow my own trumpet for a second. Is that what they say? Blow your own trumpet?
Blow your own horn.
Right. Yeah. Horn. Horn is quite a sexy word as well. I may have attempted it when I was a teenager, just saying. But not lately. Maybe I should give it another go. No, I'm going to blow my own horn. Apologies for that graphic. While I was going through it, I said, I will fucking get through this and I will get through this as best I possibly can. And then I will know more and understand more about the human condition. And it will be one more thing that I can, help other people with when the time is right. I'm glad to say that that's more or less come true. Panic is intense, man. Super intense. It's really hard, but maybe everything that doesn't kill you does make you stronger. Doesn't mean you don't have some scars. And things don't change a little bit. There are a few scars and it does hurt, and I can be made anxious and I can have these like real panic symptoms very occasionally now. But if everything went wrong again, I'm sure they would come back. But yeah, that's my biggest overthinking experience, other than like high school when, all the usual things applied. I was worried about everything, worried about myself. What if they think I'm gay? What if I'm not? Is there a boyfriend in Perth for me? Am I doomed? So I've done all that one as well. But yeah, I wanted to give you the big version.
That's, thank you for sharing. And it's like, that's a huge personal example of overthinking and just how you worked your way through it and like managed to handle it. Like, so was there anything in particular in terms of like skills, reading, like what was like, I know you talked about that internal moment of like revelation or realization that you're like, I want this to obviously stop. This is not good for me. This is not good for Ed. And, it's flipping the script almost. But was there anything in terms of resources that you used that really supported and helped you come to that realization?
Yes, there was. And I'm madly Googling it right now. Found it. Excellent. I found a guy through YouTube and other sources. Ultimately, this guy called Michael Norman. And he made a course called Panic Free TV. Or at least that's what the business is called. And he does YouTube content, and he made a course and it was $200 USD with a money back guarantee. And I ate it up and it works very, very, very quickly. I do recommend that to people. It's absolutely worth the money. And the way he has set it up, makes you take it in stages, thoroughly explains everything, gives you a bunch of examples and like practical work through activities. Michael Norman's Panic Free TV, as long as the course is still online and everything, I 100% recommend it. I did that and it was the single most useful thing. There are several techniques in there, but a lot of them mirror coaching in some ways, actually. So there's don't clap away the tigers. So if you're worried about something and then you do something reactive to get rid of it, like if you say, oh no, they're looking at me because they hate me. And then you go, think positive thoughts. I'm good enough. I'm great. I'm fantastic. You're quote unquote clapping away the tigers, which presumes that there are tigers. Like, so yeah. I hope that came across. So like you may be worried about something that is your trigger. And then if you like react with this like assumption that it was bad and it was a bad thing and something bad was going to happen, and then you have a reaction, you're reaffirming a cycle that suggests that something is wrong and bad and that you need to respond to it. And that increases your anxiety. The alternative is to touch the ghosts, which is to deliberately think, yes, they all were thinking very mean thoughts about me. They all hate me. They're all planning to beat me up, and think it and think it and think it and watch. You don't have to have an anxiety or a panic attack. Like I'm doing the super short version, and it should not be done like this. It needs to be done slowly and in steps, which is why everyone should do the course. Don't just listen to me. But yeah, you reach out and touch the ghost by deliberately trying to cause yourself a panic attack. And if and when you do have a panic attack, you simply watch it unfold. And it's an intense experience to watch yourself feel like you are dying and then to not die. But once you do a combination of those things, you retrain your nervous system to understand that the stimulus is not actually a deadly threat. And so your body no longer responds as if you're having a deadly threat, which would be to surge adrenaline and panic and fear.
Wow. It's that, again, it really links into that whole, it's the brain's perception of it. Because like, I know that you used to talk to me a lot about it in our sessions, where it's essentially the brain is just a giant bowl of jelly that wants to keep itself safe from things it thinks is dangerous. And it might not actually be the danger that it is, you know? So it's, again, it's all that perception and that perceived and that, you know, recognizing that reality and leading to the overthinking and having the ability to manage and avert and overcome it.
And just watch it and be more rational and be more clear, and then help your body understand that, because your conscious present self is not the only self. So you need to help your nervous system, your subconscious, and like these other parts of you that are very alarmed by certain things. Understand they're safe, you're there for them. You know, your height, your age, your body weight, your dick size, your religion, your country, the economic prevailing times, they may or may not be a big threat or a problem for you. But I doubt that they are an imminent deadly threat to you. So yeah, keeping an eye on the overthinking, toning it down, bringing it back, calming yourself, refocusing on other things that are more pragmatic, more practical, being realistic and reasonable. This is why talking to someone about it is really, really, really helpful, is all super helpful.
Absolutely love it. I'm definitely going to give a bit of a look in. Like, I've only ever had probably 1 or 2 panic attacks in my life. And it's, you know, that very similar feeling of, you know, is like, you know, I felt like for me, it felt like I was having a heart attack. And being a true male, I was like, I'm just going to give it 5 minutes. And if it's still happening in 10, I might call an ambulance, because, you know, we can't possibly call an ambulance straight away, Benjamin. That would be the clever thing. So, no, I still remember the feeling I had where I was in Bundaberg, so small country town in Australia, smallish regional town. And I still remember I was driving home, and I only lived like, you know, like less than a 5-minute drive from my workplace. And I pulled over thinking, I'm not going to make it home. And I just remember sitting there, and it was that crushing pain and I've just gone, you know, fully expecting, you know, the arm to tingle and the, you know, everything else. And then I was looking in the mirror doing the whole 3 first letters of stroke to make, could I smile? Could I talk? Could I raise both my arms?
Yeah.
And I was going through, again, overthinking, going through that checklist.
Yep.
And, you know, when obviously the feeling passed eventually, and you know, and I was like, oh, that was like, you know,
the worst thing ever.
True panic attack.
Yep.
Having one of those. And do you know, and if to this day, I cannot tell you exactly what the trigger was. All I know, it was just an insurmountable feeling of my life. I can't actually say it was a work, a family. Like for me, it was just the overall feeling of not having any control in any aspect
Yeah.
of my life
You're not safe.
is what led me to it. But, working, and then that's when I started down the route of seeing psychologists and, getting that help for myself, mentally and things like that. And I think, and then working with you and working with, other professionals as well. And it's definitely helped me it's taken years, like it wasn't an overnight fix for me. But I definitely haven't experienced that for, I would say, close to a decade now would be since my last true, that overwhelming panicky feeling. So it's,
Yeah, man. Thank you for sharing as well. It's these are really powerful experiences. I appreciate
100%.
your stories. For the more garden variety anxiety as well, I get a bit sad, frustrated when I see people, including family members, suffering from sort of rabid overthinking that becomes generalized anxiety. And I guess I just want to say a couple more things. Again, not even a psychologist, not a psychiatrist, not a doctor, but if you'll take my word for it as a human being who cares about these things and talks about them, we're not that in control of all of ourselves. We're definitely not in control of what our mind chooses to think. Think about dreaming. You're not choosing it, right? You might think that you're choosing your thoughts, but I'm not so sure. I think you can guide and train and direct your mind in different directions, but you can't actually control it directly. It comes to you. You are the consciousness that perceives the mind, and your mind is a self that is sort of running by itself. So you're not at fault for overthinking. You can't directly shift it straight away. You can do mindfulness and distract yourself, and it does. So one way to try to avert panic and lower anxiety is to go think of 3 animals, name 3 things that you can see, and then like flex 3 different muscles in your body or touch 3 different body parts. And you're like, if this isn't the evidence of it's your mind hurting you, just redirect your mind. Nothing is. But if you just do that again and again and again for 5 minutes, you will distract yourself so heavily that your anxiety will pass. And why does it pass? Because you've short-circuited the overthinking. The longer-term solution is to help yourself, your systems and yourself truly understand and realize you are safe, you are okay, what is going on is okay. And then you've got the choice to be pragmatic and practical. So what I'm saying is, like, if you're suffering from anxiety, just realize that you're not really at fault for having anxiety. Don't blame yourself. It's not weakness. It's not stupidity. And
no, not at all.
The gradual baby steps to change it are the ones that actually work. So yeah, don't reject or castigate yourself or think that you're weak or stupid or dumb for having this mental health experience. There are many practical ways to just watch your mind, readdress your mind, challenge your thinking, shift your beliefs, talk to yourself differently. And then just connect with yourself and like soothe your inner self so that next time the worries come up, you go, oh, there's my worries. Do I want to think about that right now or do I not? And if you think, no, I actually don't want to, then choose to gently have a drink of water or stand up, sit down, tap your head, whatever feels good, and then get on with the thing you want to get on with and gently encourage yourself and support yourself to refocus on something that is more practical and useful for you. And that could be on the dance floor, that could be at work, that could be while you're having sex with somebody. Lots of little things can trigger us. And it definitely, a lot of it goes on, probably most of it, behind the scenes, like in the non-conscious areas of our systems that are just running all the time.
Oh, definitely. I was going to say that sometimes, I know for me, it almost feels habitual. Like it's the thing that's almost just ingrained in Ben to almost like that overthinking kicks it. Like, for me personally, that overthinking is linked to physical appearance. It's linked to still being single in my late 30s. I'm not good enough. I'm going to be forever alone. And it's because it is an ingrained habit in me and that the cyclical thinking occurs. It's, I remember working with you and stopping myself and going, oh, hey there, Ben, that's not a thought we want to focus on. Just breaking that circuit is
and then retraining your mind.
Quite powerful, and that retraining, and it weirdly for me, I'm on my gym rat era where I am trying to be that fitter, healthier version of me, And, you don't start lifting the 100 kilo weight straight away. You start lifting something smaller. And it's the same when I was working with you in regards to this overthinking. You just had to start small. You didn't have to try and stop the big overthinking straight away. It was like, lifting and practicing and getting stronger and better in increments and giving yourself time and grace to understand that and not beat yourself up if it didn't work the first time or you didn't use the strategy or you forgot to do something, like allowing yourself to make the mistake and get back up and try again.
Yeah, 100%. Because your mind develops a habit that's this like, it thinks it's a positive feedback loop. There's a problem. Think about the problem, address the problem to the maximum extent possible. Oh, we narrowly avoided the problem. Brilliant. Do that again next time. And then you're habituated to going to overthinking and catastrophizing when faced with even a small problem. So then you've got this loop. So you've got to break the loop and create a loop in the other direction. Just go, this is a handleable thing that I can do. And even if I struggle or fail, even that is okay. So nothing truly can be unacceptable or not okay about this. I'm going to try my best. And I'm going to try this new way that is slightly different, that may be more helpful for me. And, mind, please come with me. Please consider that the way we've done things for a long time isn't actually working. Let's try this new thing. And we're going to get back on that horse and get back on that horse and get back on that horse until it is your new habit. And then you've literally rearranged the neurons in your brain and they will fire differently. And you may be a more effective person. You're still just as good or as bad, I don't believe in that, as you ever were. But your habits are more effective and maybe more aligned with you, more conducive to the life that you would prefer to have. Awesome.
I love it.
Wow, I didn't know how deep or long we would get on that, but I'm very pleased with it. Do you feel satisfied, Ben?
I feel incredibly satisfied there, Ed.
How satisfied?
Out
Deeply?
of 10, I am a 10 out of 10.
Oof.
Deeply and immensely satisfied.
Do you need a cigarette?
I think I might. And I don't
a
even
damp cloth?
Yeah, let's go. Do you know what? I need
Cherry
one of those
vape?
I need one of those fancy hot towels that you get in like business class planes that I've heard about. Never experienced, but heard about. I feel like I need one of them.
Oh, wow. Yeah, mop up all that satisfaction.
dripping with satisfaction.
Excellent. You might need a cool towel.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Knowing that it's also really humid here, so I don't think a hot towel's going to do much.
This room I'm in is beginning to bake. Onwards and upwards.
Onwards. Well, Ed, the next section is actually something new that I would like to introduce into these episodes. And it's called Bear Bites. And essentially, it's linking our Brown Bear Radio to Skool just a little bit stronger. So it's topics, comments, and things that we've taken from the people participating in Skool and just sharing them with our dear listeners. So this week, you put up a post asking about music that moves you, that, hits you, right in the soul, gets you feeling and thinking things. And I thought it'd be pretty cool to share some of those with our wonderful listeners here.
Yeah. It's called Brown Bear Radio. Primarily, this is actually for everyone in Skool. It's just, I can't help but love my business and want to promote it. So I talk about everyone joining Skool. But a lot of our listeners are just in Skool, and this is just part of the fun.
That's it.
So yeah, what did you listen to the songs that people posted? I know I did. I have my favorites.
I listened to a couple of them. So I've added a couple though. I've actually started a little bit of a playlist on my Spotify to like add things to it so that I can listen to them when I do get a full chance. And so Cody T actually dropped in This Isn't Happiness by the Temper Trap. So that is one of the songs that I've added to that list on Spotify. We also have Chris G has put one of my personal favorites from the Dear Evan Hansen musical, and it's Waving Through a Window. Absolutely love it. It just resonates with me, just that feeling of, being able to see something but still feeling isolated and alone and away from it. So I quite like that one. You also put your own personal one up there if you'd like to share that one.
Oh yeah. I have this weird thing going the way back to when I was like 3 or 4 and I got a VHS copy of The Lion King. And sometimes when I just want this like soulful reset and to get back to my like connected internal belonging vibe, I listen to He Lives in You from the Lion King 2, but it's also in all their stage productions, and there's really great versions of it on YouTube that people can listen to. So I love He Lives in You. And also, is it We Are One?
I think, yes, I think We Are One was another one that you put up there.
Yeah, We Are One. The Lion King versions are a little bit childish. Lion King 2, not as good as Lion King 1 in my opinion. Love them both because I can't help it.
Yeah.
But yeah, both of those songs move me quite a lot. It takes me back to my little squishy child feelings. And I always felt very supported and warm. Like, I used to dream about walking up and down the street with Simba and hanging out and being besties. Maybe I still do to some degree. But yeah, he's like my spirit animal. When I do this loving kindness meditation, there's a particular one that I like to recommend to people that's on YouTube. And it says your like spirit guardian is there with you. And I like cry and it's fucking Simba. And I'm like, God damn it, Ed, when will this end? And maybe it never needs to end, you know? He's a fucking sick dude.
Does it need to end?
I don't think so.
I don't think it does.
I just get insecure about it. People tease me about these things, Ben. Maybe not anymore, but they used to.
I get it.
Yeah, I freaking love those songs. They really do move me. And last little chit-chatty bit. I started that song thread because I'd had a really great chat with a client that day. And there's a song in Disney's Frozen 2 called The Next Right Thing. And I was talking to this client about sometimes when you just don't know what to do, you feel lost, you feel overwhelmed, you feel like the darkness creeping in, you don't know how to get out. It's a very emotional, very human song. And it shows you this thing that I teach people, which is just one step at a time, literally, is not only enough, it's all anyone is ever doing. So if you feel completely lost and unsure, you can just look down this next breath, this next step. What is the next thing that I can do? What is the next step that I can take? Just the next right thing from Frozen 2. I'm also, I think the Disney gene is my gayest gene that I have got. I really like Frozen and Frozen 2 and The Lion King and a lot of other animated films and a lot of Disney stuff, just so people know. So those are my contributions.
No, I absolutely love it. I must admit, Frozen 2, Show Yourself.
Yes, such a gay anthem. Frozen itself is quite a whole gay thing. She gets powers and she's special. She has to hide and run away and then she lets herself be free. Oh, fuck, it's so gay. It's fucking awesome.
I remember sitting in a cinema in London watching Frozen. I just moved to London. I didn't know anyone. And I was sitting there I want to say it was like an Odeon cinema. And when Let It Go played, like I was alone. I was the only, because I was late to that Frozen train. And I remember sitting there. I was the only one in the cinema. There was a tear. Like there was just that moment of like, you know, when like she transformed with her dress and there's just single tear.
Yeah.
But the one for me recently that's been doing it is K-pop Demon Hunters, the powerhouse, you know, worldwide force that it is. I'm there to seal the honeymoon with you with Golden. I am all over that one. If I could hit those high notes, it would be wonderful.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. My brother is currently hankering to get me to watch that with me and my nephew. We are going to. I'm excited about it. At first, I was a bit like, that looks gay. Did I just say that out loud? Fucking hell. As in, I said this last week on the last episode. Like, I love gay everything. And I'm, you know, hopefully everyone gives me permission to say that out loud because I also drop the faggot F-bomb as well a lot. But it looked, what's the word? Fruity? It looked girly to me. And so I was like, probably not my vibe. Really don't want to watch that. But I've now seen the trailer and not only does it look less fruity than I thought, it looks good. And I'm glad. And it's really good. Well, it was just been Halloween and we saw little boys running around in K-pop Demon Hunter stuff. And like, it's great to see girls hitting the front stage and it's great to see everybody expressing themselves the way they want to and getting behind something that they love. And if K-pop and pageantry, I probably don't know enough about it yet. I really shouldn't comment just yet because I'll probably regret it. But yeah, no, I'm going to watch it. And thanks for sharing that. I'm excited to watch K-pop Demon Hunters. I promise.
Oh,
Don't cancel me.
I won't cancel you yet, but if you do
Thanks.
not watch it by the end of
I
this
will be
year,
cancelled.
you and I are going to have a very serious conversation.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for always looking out for me, Ben. Your care is received and appreciated.
Thank you. Excellentness. Oh, I love it. Well, I've also got a couple of other things that I'd love to share with our dear listeners as well. So
Yes.
it's the cool gay stuff that
Cool
I've been
gay
looking
shit.
up, and yeah, cool gay shit. So
What cool gay
I
shit do you have for us and our listeners this week,
Oh,
Ben?
I do like to try, friends and listeners, that it links to the topic that we've been discussing. So I will try my best to make sure it does link in some way. Now, I actually have a couple of books. Now, I have read one of these, and one is on my to be read pile. So the first book is a little bit light. It's a little bit fun. It's a little bit of a spicy male-male romance.
Ooh.
It is Bears and Bakeries by Dylan Drakes.
Gay.
Now, yeah, it is a bit gay, I will not lie.
Oh, I hope
So
so.
the main characters are both chronic overthinkers, and they've both got their own reasons and pasts and elements that have led to their overthinking and how they feel about themselves and why they feel about themselves. Look, for me, it was an easy read with a bit of spice and, frankly, just the type of man and body shape that I quite like to read about in terms of spice. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. So Bears and Bakeries by Dylan Drakes.
Nice. And
So the next book is actually a memoir by Edmund White, who sadly passed away on the 3rd of June in 2025. But the book he has is The Loves of My Life, a Sex Memoir. That's by Edmund White. And his writing was an exploration, a reflection, and a self-analysis on his identity. It's very much a special book in terms of there was rare candor about gay identity and sex and relationships, which was very, very rare at the time. So I've added it to my list, and I'll let our listeners know in a few weeks once I have read it and finished it. And
Awesome.
I'm quite excited to delve into it because I don't read a lot of biographies, and it's something that I personally just have set as a goal just to try and learn and read a little bit more about, just to find out more about these people in the world that, you know, might have had similar or different experiences, or, you know, their thoughts and feelings that might help me and what I think and feel, and, you know, have a different perspective on things as well.
Well, it's a big change from all those huge hunky werewolves and their giant throbbing cocks. So, you know, why not?
Look, it is just slightly different, like just a slower pace,
Yeah, is there a lot of dripping or carnal urges or snarling and biting?
You're going to have to
Maybe?
read Bears and Bakeries to find out. I don't know about the sex memoir, but we'll find out. And I'll
A
let you
sex
know.
memoir. I hope I write a sex memoir one day. That's fucking cool.
I know. I feel like, yeah, it would be quite an interesting read, and just to see how he explores it and thoughts and feelings.
Yeah,
So
I'm looking forward to your review.
It'll be good. And in terms of music, I didn't realize this. Now, it is an Australian music artist. It's Darren
is.
Hayes.
Mm.
Now, he was, I do believe, now please correct me if I'm wrong, but he was part of the group Savage Garden.
Oh, yes.
He was half of that group. Now,
Yep.
I grew up with Savage Garden, loved Savage Garden.
Ooh,
I grew up- yeah.
notify
Feel
me.
that
Ooh,
ninja. That one.
I would
So-
take you to the moon and back if you be my Bensie.
See, I love it. This just works so well.
Quick aside, I apologize. I'll let you get straight back into it. But
No,
Darren
it's
Hayes
all good.
performed at Pride. Yeah, I think it was the one before World Pride, or maybe it was World Pride in Sydney. I apologize for not knowing exactly. But he got up on stage and he said, he talked about his journey, about how he didn't come out for a long time, but then he eventually managed it. And he said, "Thank you for loving me when I didn't even know how to love myself." And I'll never forget that. It was really beautiful and powerful. So good for you, Darren Hayes. We'll tag him on Instagram and hopefully steal some of his fame and get 3 more listeners.
That would be brilliant. We would love
Yeah,
that.
let's do that.
No, so he released an album in 2022. And it was his first album that he has written, composed, produced, and performed entirely by himself. So I've, again, added that to the Brown Bear Radio playlist of things that I need to listen to. And when asked about this album, he described it that it was born from a desire to rid himself of the grief that he had developed over years, lost to shame, growing up in a world where being gay was met with rejection and condemnation. So I just really like the idea that, I feel like there's a lot of us who have had those same thoughts, feelings, and experiences, and probably will be, quite moving, but also quite a lovely listen. So as the Aussie music legend Molly Meldrum would say, do yourself a favour and give it a listen. So that's what I've got in terms of cool gay shit to share with you this week.
Awesome. That is very cool gay shit. Thank you. So recap, it was Bears and Bakeries by Dylan Drakes, The Loves of My Life, a Sex Memoir by Edmund White, and Homosexual by Darren Hayes. Awesome. Those are very cool. I was actually writing them down in a separate app while you were talking. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to get into that. And I realized I have our show notes. I don't need to put them in the separate app. I'm the guy that's going to post this and refer to it. Yes. So,
oh, I love that.
Cool. Are we ready to wrap up with our fun wrap-up segment?
I feel like we are.
Dun, 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 segment, closing segment. Quick, do improv, musical theatre. Do it. No, I don't know.
That's my look. Whenever I get put on hold, when I get put on hold on a phone, that is the stuff I do just to pass my own time.
I believe you.
You should. So, well, that first segment that we have is, that little bit of thirst trap theatre. So where we go through some of the fun things that we have seen, read, or some of us may have experienced during the week on the wonderful, wonderful dating apps that we sometimes partake in. Now, I must admit, mine this week has come from Instagram. And it has come from the Overheard at a Gay Bar account, which I personally love because it gives me a lot of joy and I do giggle.
What is it?
So mine is, someone was overheard at a gay bar saying, I want 2 children, one of each. And that's my way of saying I want a gay son and one breathtakingly gorgeous nightmare of a daughter. Frankly, I couldn't identify with that stronger.
Yeah.
Love that.
Wow. Yep. That's some gay ass children right there. All right. Mine comes from Reddit. It is, without further ado, it's a Grindr conversation. So imagine the blue bubble on the left side and the yellow bubble on the right side. Blue bubble. Head job now. My place. Yellow bubble. Where are your manners? Blue bubble. Lol. Dear sir, I would be grateful if you would present your cock for a sucking and extraction of cum at my place now. I anxiously await your reply. Gratefully yours, Brendan. The thing that tops it off for me is the lol. They're just lol and then gives it to him. Like,
oh gosh, that's brilliant. Again,
So
I might have to listen to that and just, you know what? I don't even think that was run through AI. I think that may have just been 100% Brendan.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was brilliant. I love that.
Yeah. This post is like 5 years old, I think. So like it predates AI.
Definitely no AI getting used there.
Nope.
Oh,
too good for AI.
Well, Ed, to close us out, would you like to share your slightly crappy affirmation?
Slightly crappy affirmation. Oh, this is a full crappy affirmation. Well, maybe it's only slightly. I'll let the listeners decide. Here's my affirmation, everybody. You ready to affirm with me? Breathe out. Breathe in first. Breathe out. Oh, yeah. Breathing out. All right, ready? I love myself. I think I'm grand. When I go out, I hold my hand. I put my arm around my waist. When I get fresh, I slap my face.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I think it is slightly crappy.
I like that one.
There's a chuckle. There's a chuckle in there.
Yeah, I do like it. Well, mine is a short and sweet one. It's
Wait.
Be a
You
Fruit
got to
Loop.
breathe in
Oh,
first. Breathe in.
oh, yeah, sorry. Breathe in, breathe out.
Yeah. Feel the earth, mother, and affirm.
And be a Fruit Loop in a world of Cheerios.
No, little
I like that one.
homos. You little
I love it.
sparkly, colourful, fruity fruits.
I do love, although, just on a side note, I
Yeah.
discovered this week that Fruit Loops are all the same flavor and they're just different colors.
Yeah. Okay. I can't even be polite about this. I think Fruit Loops are actually poison and shouldn't exist. But I consume occasionally Coke, McDonald's, everything. But I really wish it didn't exist, so I never had to grapple with it. It's just fucking
You draw the
poison.
line
I
at
just
Fruit
wish it
Loops.
didn't exist. But then I know that I'm grinching out. But like, I'm a little fatty. Like, I find it so hard not to eat delicious things, and they're poison, and it's tricking me. So I hate them. I don't want to be funny about Fruit Loops. I fucking hate them. Children should never eat a Fruit Loop ever. And they're all the same flavor. More proof
And
of
they're
how
all the same flavor,
retarded,
which makes
stupid
it
they
even
are. I
worse.
apologize. I shouldn't have used the R word. I apologize for that. I think it's stupid that they exist.
Makes it even worse. Makes it even worse.
Yeah. Yep. No class, no quality, tricks kids into eating sugary crap that makes them diabetic and fat. For some douchebags' profits, probably. Well, on that beautiful note, Ben, remember never to bring up junk food again.
So, now that we have learnt that Ed does not like the junk food,
I do not
am adding
roll.
that.
It's the kids' junk food that pisses me off the most. But like,
Yeah.
do you ever stand in the supermarket and that unhealthy looking person, not just fat, but like unhealthy looking, is just buying 2-minute noodles, tomato sauce, Coke, or even Diet Coke. And it's just like, fuck, please. Beans, legumes, insanely cheap. I know that money is a thing, but like there are cheap sources of fiber and nourishment. And when your baby wants 2-minute noodles and tomato sauce, you need to do something, please. Please, please, please. Whatever. This isn't the right forum for saying anything, but do you know what I mean?
I understand where you're coming from, Ed. I do. But
Yeah.
we do need to close out the show, sadly.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
I've
so
added
sadly.
this to the list of things never to talk to you about ever again.
Maybe I'll be more sparkly about it next time. Who knows?
Maybe. I don't know. I might not find out.
Well, it's just like, Nutella. I'm not going to eat it. It's bloody good. But, it kills
I
me.
love
So
Nutella.
maybe it's bad.
Yeah, but I mean, like milk does that to me, and I'm still going to drink a glass of milk.
Yeah. It's really hard to
That's-
draw a line. I just think we should maybe have a sugar tax and a fast food tax. These should be luxury items, not the cheapest items.
Well, listeners, we'll explore that in the coming weeks where we will get Ed's hot take.
when the
food.
weekly topic becomes fascinating things, we'll bring this back up and talk about it again.
Done. Sounds like a plan.
Thank you very much for listening, everybody. Thank you very, very much and the most to Ben for spending your time, effort, and love joining us. Thank you very much, Ben.
Thank you much, Lee.
You're welcome. Everybody, if this has tickled you, if you're in Brown Bear Skool, you're a legend. Well done. If you're not, just search Brown Bear Skool with a K, not a ch, Skool. You can follow me on Instagram. It's at Brown Bear Coaching. I post some cool reels and stuff and the contents, not only for the kids, but also for the daddies. So I hope you like it. Please like and share it if you do. If you're not a client of mine yet, but you're interested, you can DM me on Instagram. You can find the link in my bio on Instagram. You can join Brown Bear Skool and you'll very quickly find out that I send you a welcome note and you can talk to me there. Just send me a DM. We'll start from there. It's easy. That's it.
Alrighty. Well, don't forget to make good choices.
Until next week, fellas, take great care of yourself. Thank you for listening. Be the beautiful, savvy, sexy, intelligent, sensitive creature that you are and enjoy doing it. Why not? Ciao for now.